Hello, my name is Dr. Shambles, and today we're gonna have another video where I just try to put out some more content to give you guys. And this time it's actually very interesting because I was not expecting to make this video. I decided to just start recording because I think this is really interesting. And it's just some theory crafting on the king. There's not going to be games, so I'm just gonna present you guys this deck list. And then I'm gonna explain my reasons behind the whole deck list. So please stick with me, and I'm gonna talk about a little bit of the new king leader, obviously. So first of all, I was not expecting to make this video because I was actually not expecting for this leader to be this good. This leader is actually really good and is super fun to play, but I'm not gonna lie guys, I actually have the money to make this deck right now, even with these Shambles. But I can't, I need to hold on because I know OP09 will have the Blackbird leader and I just need to hold on to my money. But it's very tempting and I'm gonna try to explain why it's very tempting and why it's very good. So, why am I going to defend that this leader is actually very good? Because I just came back from like 5 games against my friend. He was trying the new Marco leader from OP08 and I was trying this king. We are just talking about on Discord how these two leaders were actually super interesting and how we wanted to try them out. So we decided to go on the sim and just try out with the cards that they have on the sim. That means the Marco does not have the 10 drop white bird, and on my strategy I don't have the 2k. I'm gonna put the print, the card print here on the editing, so you guys know what card I'm talking about. So I'm just running this Khalifa, but it's the new, I forgot the name of the character, but it's the new 2k counter that costs 3, and when you drop it you add 5 Dawn, I believe, 5 rested Dawn, and then you pass turn and you just go down to the Dawn that your opponent has. So I think that's just going to be here on Khalifa. And the other card that I don't have on my strategy is the new 7 drop king with rush. So we have 49 here, and I would just add two rush kings, and that would be it. To be honest, I think that would be my deck list. I actually wouldn't change anything. Obviously, my opinion can always change because we still don't have every single card on OP08, so we'll see. But for now, this is actually looking really good, and me after playing with this leader, it's so fun. Now I'm gonna try to explain some decision making that I did. Most people actually run 4 Morias. I don't think you need Morias. I think you just need Sabo. 3 Sabo is really nice. And you obviously need Queen. You play for Queen because Queen is searchable with your cards. So with this event we're going to claim the One Piece and the new Searcher Queen right here. So it's actually it's not searchable. It's searchable with the event. Sorry, I forgot that you cannot add the Queen. Sorry. Yeah, so it's only searchable with this card, with the event. But pretty much I run Lead Performance Disaster to add 1 card, and just so you will see it eventually because you're running 4 copies. What you need on this deck is just recycling your hand. Hence why I'm using Queen at 4, because he's somewhat searchable, and why I'm running 3 Shambles, because he's not searchable. This deck had a problem with not having blockers on the first game that I played against my friend. I actually still won, which is why I'm super surprised, because I was struggling. Because I didn't have enough blockers, so I just made the adjustments and add a Sabo, and let me tell you, makes the whole difference. You can pretty much recycle the hand and just see what you want to see. So what's the strategy here? Why do we need so much of this recycling? What you want to see in the beginning is obviously the Searcher Queen or the Searcher event or both, and you really want to have Onigashima Island. Obviously, we all know why you want to see Onigashima Island on the starting hand. This is just you can safely just ramp up Dawn every turn until you reach 10 Dawn as fast as possible. This is why Queen and Sabo is here. Pretty much you're trying to ramp up as fast as you can to 10 Dawn so you can drop Coudn't, which is the best card in your deck. I hate to admit it, this card is really expensive, but if you want to make the king, I really am gonna defend that you truly need this card. As soon as you drop this card, not only is he going to be a body that will stay, unless we are actually on a mirror match, and I'll explain, but he's gonna be a body that has a 10k swing, and every time on your turn you're just gonna be KOing everybody. So my friend made the Sanji, blue Sanji and white bird play. Did not matter. This guy was on my... I ramped up so fast that when my friend was at 6 Dawn, I was already going for the 10 Dawn. And I just dropped this. That's how fast I ramped up my Dawn. So once I dropped this, then he made the Sanji play, where you pretty much you play the blue Sanji, this Sanji, and then you pretty much, because of the Marco leader effect, you can safely put your white birds. You can put your white birds safely on top of your deck and drop the Sanji, which will make your Edward Newgate come to play, and then your leader will make a 9k swing for that turn. So he made that, he made all of that. I actually took that life, and because he was Kuzan was here, the only thing I did was I put it at pseudo on the field. You actually neither, and then I activated my leader ability, dropped the king, and took out those two bodies. Like, so many big bodies that should stay in the game for like forever, right? They just are taken out that easily with this deck. And then you just, with this new Jack, you just keep taking away like blockers and stuff for free. It's insane. It's insane, to be honest. I was, again, I'm gonna clarify this. I was not expecting to make this video at all. I got so surprised that this deck is actually so good that I decided to make a video about it. Because many of the deck lists that I'm seeing are running the Moria, and I don't think you need the Moria. I just think you need to recycle your hand with Queen and Sabo to see what you need, and that's it. So that's pretty much all I need to talk about. You try to ramp up as fast as possible, and Leap Performer Disaster is really good because you're drawing one card, so you're drawing into what you need, and you're ramping one down. And then you play a Queen to just cycle out like the Onigashimas that you have left over, because you don't actually need it, unless there's a dragon player on the other side that plays the event of the revolutionary that destroys it. It's fine, we still run 4, it's okay. And then we are you ramp up, then you start dropping kings on the field, Kaidos on the field. Kuzans, you pretty much only gonna be putting one. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. There was a turn that I was so comfortable against my friend to play the second Kuzan, I decided not to. I just wanted to try some other combos, but I was so comfortable, I could drop Kuzan, have 2 Kuzans on the field, and everybody would just be 0 cost, and I could just KO everybody. It didn't matter. That's how consistent and how fast you can ramp up. It's insane. It's insane. The only problem with this deck that I see is that you most of the time will be taking 2 lives at the beginning. Most of the time. We are running a lot of 2Ks. I think Sasaki is still a really good card to run here. He's a 2K, and just in case, if you really want to, you can put him on the field, then you attach one down swing and you'll be ramping up, but trashing one card. That trashing one card does not hurt you, because guess what? You have the leader effect. If you want, if you have 5 or less cards, you draw 1 card by minusing 2 Dawn, or you give your opponents -2 cost. Not gonna lie, I didn't use the draw 1 card many times. Maybe it's, to be honest, I wasn't paying that much attention. I was so comfortable making plays that I didn't even need cards in hand. I was fine with what I had, so it probably escaped me most of the time. The 2 cost was the thing I used the most, so I can just KO with King. The reason why I don't think you should run 4 Kings is because King is searchable really easily. You will be reaching him really fast, and with the 4th it was actually too bricky. So that's why I think maybe playing the 2 Rush Kings might be a way to go to put some extra pressure. If not, you can always just add the 4th Kaido. The 4th Kaido is actually something that could be a possible play to go, or a 4th Jack, and then I would just add another Gum Gum Jet Catling. It is something I'm still thinking about it. To be honest, maybe I don't run would not run again. I really wanted to buy the deck, but I can't. I would be very tempted to buy the 3rd Jet Catling, and then we just add 1 Kaido or 1 Jack. Jack is just a guy. I don't know, man. It's so weird for me to be making this video. I never thought I would be making a video because the deck stunned me so much that I felt the need to make a video about the deck. So yeah, he is really good. He takes away board. By the way, I actually played against myself a little bit just to test against DNL. You don't know how good it feels that they have Yamatos and the ace, the 10 cost ace on the field, and then I just drop the king and take them away. You don't know how, like, I wasn't even doing it against an opponent. It was just me testing, you know, making games against myself and try to be as realistic as the game would be. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, DNL still kind of won some games. It was actually half and half from the little games I played with myself, but we put up such a great fight. But yeah, that probably is because of strategy. Maybe there's a strategy that King can do against NL to counter NL. To be honest, I think he has a really good chance against NL and yellow. NL, from the games I played with myself, he was holding really good because just of the amount of triggers. So yeah. But that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was just me giving some ideas. I think this deck list is really needed. 3 Kings really needed. Sasaki, we'll see, but I think it's really needed. Some people like to, instead of Sasaki, run the ulti page 1 combo. I've seen some people make proxies with that combo. I don't think you need it. Really, I really don't think you need it. So yeah. Kaidos, really nice. You're actually not gonna be using it so much. I thought you would be using it more. That's why he's at 3. King, to be honest, I would not mind to go 2 Kaidos and 4 Kings maybe. Just maybe. But again, 4 Kings is really bricky. This is pretty much your Lucci, by the way, this King. So yeah. Queen, sorry, it's gonna be a staple. I know the card is expensive. I actually already have the card because of Law. I bought it way long ago and the card was somewhat affordable actually, so I'm very thankful for that. Tsuru, not gonna lie, you gonna need it. There's been, again, remember the play I did to Sanji and Edward? Yeah, I needed the Tsuru. So Tsuru is a really good tech card as well as being a 2k. Kuzan, really, you really need it at 4. You need to see it as fast as you can. So when you are ramping up, as soon as you hit 10, you need to make the curve play on him. Really, not kidding. And him to, like, people will need to play like 3 cards just to get him out, which would be like an Ice Age to decrease, then another card to decrease his power, and then a 3rd card to remove him. So yeah, it's a body to stay, not gonna lie. King Mirror will be a matchup that can put him a bit lower, easier, so it will be very interesting. Next, this is not Khalifa, you guys know, I'm sorry if I'm forgetting the name, I'm gonna just put a print again. Khalifa, to be honest, when I was playing against my friend, this Khalifa was just a 2k counter. So yeah, right now, maybe she's a budget option, maybe, you know, she does cycle your hand, so yeah. That's why I kinda thought, well, this is probably the next best thing. 3 Sables, you could potentially go for that extra cycle, but I don't really think you need it. This deck is very aggressive, you ramp up really fast, and then you just do controlled aggro. So most of the time you're just using him to cycle out cards, and then to block an attack that you can't counter out of. To be honest, in the games I didn't really want to make him stay in game. So pretty much, if there was an attack that I couldn't counter, I would just block and let him go, and just keep the cards in my hand, not trying to leave him on the field. It worked pretty well. Remember, there's another effect, which is your opponent cannot KO your cards, your characters. So, for example, just to give an example, if we are playing a mirror match, we could potentially have a Kuzan, and if they don't play the Kuzan themselves, we can then play Sabo to just protect our board to not get KO'd. Just an example, Queen, obviously, I think this is gonna be a staple, like, he's a searcher, you search everything with this, so yeah. Jack, I think Jack is good at 3, maybe 4, not gonna lie. The only problem I have with the card is that it's not a 1k, and rightfully so. I mean, this card is an 11 cost on the field, so yeah. And it's a really good swing, really good removal. I think 3 is fine. Some adjustments on ratios can come once all of the cards are announced on OP08, obviously. Everything can change, but to be honest, this is looking so good that yeah, I could have just run this. Gum Jet Gatling, again, you are running a lot of cards that have no counter, so I think at least 2 is enough. 2, 3, but I think 2 is more than enough. You are running 12 2Ks, so it's actually nice. This, we are going to claim the One Piece. It's just to add some extra consistency. So we have 6 searcher cards. Not only that, it's the only card that can search our queen, which, by the way, did come a situation where I really wanted to be like that. So yeah, really nice. Lead performer, it can be taken away. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy this card so much. I don't know, ramping up as much as you can, maybe taking some more early lives to reach that ramp is not that bad, and not building that much more because this is a 4 cost. But we'll see. This is a card that actually is potential to be left out, or to just like maybe run just 2 copies and then we'll see about the rest. And then it's Onigashima, a staple. It's gonna be a staple on this deck. There's no other way, to be honest. Just ramping safely 1 Don and then just keeping more of your Don as you use your effects. It's just insane. So thank you so much for watching. I hope I explained everything. I think I did. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this little content, this little theory crafting. I'm sorry I didn't record the games against my friend. It's just we went to play for the meme. I was not expecting for this to be actually good. So yeah, thanks so much for watching and goodbye.